Mr.
McMahon, we have a problem, else.
What problem? What are you
Mr. McMahon, we have a problem. You're in the parking lot.
You stay here! You stay here with Stephanie! You take me to him! Take me to the son of a bitch! Take me to him! Come on! Go, 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 go! Go, 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 go! Where's the son of a bitch? Where is he? Where are they? God!
Hello and welcome, my free-thinking and freedom-loving friends. Welcome to another Decrypting Crypto live stream. My name is Wasim, and I'm coming to you guys with your weekly news update, Twitter highlights, market update, as well as adoption highlights. Now, if you guys have been following us for a while, you know that we speak about all the things that the media doesn't tell you that's happening in the cryptoverse right now, so you are informed and up to date with what's happening and know where we're going in this journey. So without any further ado, I want to get into some interesting stuff today. There's been some major moves in America around against CBDCs, and they're trying to block it at the at Congress. So let's get right into that and see what's going on over there. Alrighty, so US lawmakers advanced legislation blocking the digital dollar. So on September 20th, which will be tomorrow, the House Financial Service Committee will mark up two bills blocking a potential digital dollar in the United States. The United States House Financial Services Committee is moving forward with legislation aimed at preventing the issuance of a central bank digital currency. So according to the announcement by Chairman Patrick McHenry, the committee will mark up two bills about potential digital dollar on September 20. The markup sessions in which lawmakers discuss the details of the bill is a crucial step before legislation moves to the House floor. So one of the bills actually is called the Digital Dollar Pilot Prevention Act, which prohibits the Federal Reserve from initiating pilot programs to test CBDCs without approval from Congress. It further goes on to say that it would be prohibited for the Federal Reserve to issue any type of CBDCs with an authorization. So the Federal Reserve already denied any decisions on whether to issue CBDC, claiming it would only proceed with issuance of CBDCs with authorized law. It further goes on to say that this will block the Federal Reserve from providing any services directly to an individual, as long as prohibiting the use of CBDCs for monetary policy and other purposes. The second one that they're looking at, the proposed digital dollar, has also been blocked by, or has been spoken about by RFK and Ron DeSantis, and the Federal Reserve will not issue a digital currency on any digital substantially similar under any other name or label indirectly to an individual through a financial institution or financial indemnity. So that's a pretty strong move. If they can get that through, it will stop the digital dollar from happening in America. However, the people that are in favor of the digital dollar believe that it will keep the US dollar, the US dollar's global, the US dollar being globally relevant, and therefore boost cryptocurrency adoption. However, we know that CBDCs are a trap, and even though this is a good sign, I want to show you guys something else that's happening in a little while that is completely the opposite of this. So they might be stopping at the Federal Reserve, but banks are still pushing forward. If you know anything about Australia, Macquarie Bank has recently sent out letters to all of their customers saying that they will stop any type of cash handling, telephone banking, and the like in 2024 next year. Next up, we've got Bitcoin records more annual transactions than Visa. So the Bitcoin network has been growing so much that the Bitcoin transactions are now bigger than Visa. However, this has caused a bit of a stir on social media, mainly on Twitter, or on X, formerly known as Twitter. So Bitcoin, the world's leading cryptocurrency, achieved a remarkable milestone by surpassing Visa in annual transaction volume. This feat is a testament to the growing influence of decentralized network, but it comes with a nuance that must be carefully considered. While the development is undoubtedly significant, it is essential to examine the intricacies. So basically what they're saying here is, even though Bitcoin transactions have exceeded Visa transactions globally, the Bitcoin network still only does 7 transactions per second. However, what we know is you've got the Lightning Network, and the Lightning Network can do 1 million transactions per second, which is higher than any other than what banks do right now. Next up, we've got a comment here. Who do we have? Let's have a look at this. All right, let's come from the team to tell everyone to join us. So next up, we have Jordan Peterson sparks debate on how Bitcoin can solve major banking problems. So this is in relation to the Macquarie Bank that I told you guys about. They have sent out emails to all of their clients saying that they will stop using any type of cash, checks, and so forth in November 2024. And this has caused quite a bit of stir on X. And Peterson's come out, well, it's time to scrap the banks. Bitcoin can fix this. And then another guy from Aaron Day, he came out and says, no, well, Bitcoin only does 7 transactions per second. Meanwhile, the traditional banking system does between 50 to 100,000 transactions per second. And the CBDC pilot in the US can do 1.7 million transactions per second. However, proponents of the Lightning Network have come out and said, well, the Lightning Network does 1 million transactions per second, so it can actually overcome banks, and we can let go of banks, and we can use Bitcoin as our bank because we don't need an intermediary. It's permissionless, it's public, and that is very, very good for security and stops people from banks being able to block people like we've been seeing happening in the past few months. Let's look at the market update and see what's happening over here in the market. We've had a pretty good week with a lot of green in the market right now. A lot of coins are pumping. You can see we've got 40% as the largest growth with XEC. Hex is up 6.5% and so forth. When it comes to Bitcoin, Bitcoin is up to over 26,000 again. It's almost reaching the 27,000 mark. However, the next 24 to 48 hours can be very, very dangerous to Bitcoin. In terms of the fear and greed index, we are still in fear. People are afraid of what's going to happen this week. There's a lot of stuff happening on the 23rd of September. So we'll see what happens on that. There's a lot of there's the IMF meeting. There's a few key indicators coming out on the 23rd of September. So a lot of people are afraid right now and are staying in cash. Next up, looking at the Twitter highlights, we've got Woz here, Woz Crypto, and he says, LMAO, did Mark Cuban's wallet just get drained? Wallet inactive for 160 days and all assets just moved. So new wallet sent 0.1 ETH back of gas to transfer some tokens left, and it transfers all the gas back. Not sure what to make of this, but very sus behavior. He transferred $2 million USDC he had on a Matic 2, but to a different wallet than the SETH one. Saying that he made a test transaction first, I'm going to assume it's actually him moving funds here. He then dumped all his ETH on Matic. Address on Matic was Coinbase deposit address, end of era. My thesis is that above has been confirmed. He was indeed hacked and managed to save his bag on Matic. So it looks like Mark Cuban has been hacked, and it happens to a lot of people, guys. So you have to be careful out there and know what you're doing and make sure you have all the right securities in place. Next up, we've got BitPain, and he goes, the simplest and most overlooked means by which fiat currencies promote wealth inequality is by artificially suppressing the long-term cost of capital well below not only its opportunity cost, but below even its rate of debasement. In essence, this free money for rich people and large institutions with the means and credit to borrow and hold amounts of debt over long periods of time and use that debt to buy assets which are guaranteed nominally to appreciate. So basically, the rich can borrow money, they can borrow at a cheap rate, they can then use it to buy assets that grow, and then those assets make them wealthier while the money is being debased because the governments are printing it. This is a feel-good story right now from Peter McCormick. And he goes, a few days ago, I asked you lunatics to donate Bitcoin to Rebirth Beirut, an NGO which is turning the lights back on Beirut street by street. Close to 10 million sats were donated, was enough to relight a street. So in this video, the street you see was dark for 3 years. Tonight it is light. It was crazy. All the neighbors came out, were taking photos. It was a mini street party. They explained how this has changed their lives. Thank you so much. Yalla, yalla. So there is a video here of him being in Lebanon right now where he actually helped light up a street because, as you guys know, in Lebanon, they've had one of the worst financial crises in the world and have become one of the poorest countries in the world right now. And the people of Lebanon are struggling and their money's being debased like there's no tomorrow. Last but not least, let's look at the adoption highlights. And we've got Bitcoin making it to the Metaverse. This is huge because Bitcoin network is the first blockchain technology. So the new blockchain networks like Ethereum, Matic, Cardano, and the like, they are usually quite more advanced than the Bitcoin network, but they are more centralized. They're not as good as Bitcoin in that sense. However, earlier this year, we had ordinals, which was like NFTs on Bitcoin, and now they're coming to the Metaverse with Animoca game studios who are behind the game Life Beyond. They are bringing the Bitcoin ordinals onto the game so people can actually use those ordinals and NFTs in the Metaverse and use Bitcoin as the blockchain, the underlying blockchain technology. So this is great news for Bitcoin. And last or second last, Japan to allow startups to raise funds by issuing crypto instead of stocks report. This is huge because in America, if you do that, then it's considered as an unregistered security. However, in Japan, they are now allowing companies, startups to raise fund by issuing crypto assets such as currencies instead of stocks, local media reported. This makes it much easier for companies to raise funds because people can just buy it. It's got to create the hype around it, get people to come in and be able to grow it. Last but not least, Citibank has developed its own Citi token. And this is where I told you guys at the end of the show today, I'm going to show you how even though in America they have stopped, they're looking at stopping the legislation around the digital dollar, the banks themselves are now creating their own digital currencies. And they're using this to be able to do cross-border payments and so forth. However, the big thing to know here is that this is a private permissionless blockchain technology, which means it's centralized. They own everything, which makes it a central bank digital currency. So this is not good for us. This is why we need Bitcoin and why we should stay on Bitcoin. That's it for me, guys. Wishing you an amazing week, and I shall see you guys on Friday. Have a great week, and as I always say, peace out and stay crypto.